the idea you invited to you told me just to, you know, follow up. Back to the channel. We have a superstar guest here. Tell us your name.
Sherrie.
Hi, Sherrie. Even though I say Sherrie.
And I answer to both, Sherrie or Sherrie.
So welcome back to the Lizzabitty channel. Now, update. Where are you located right now?
Accra, Ghana.
Oh, la la. How long have you been here?
Since March 12th.
Okay, March 12th. So you're close to embarking on your 3 months? I guess 90 days. Okay. So tell us how it differs from Tanzania.
It's just more vibrant. Not to say that Tanzania isn't vibrant, but I feel like Ghana feels like home, honestly, and I know it's cliche. All of us that are here, you know, that love it here, we all say, oh, it feels like home. I'm spiritually connected, but it's true. It's true. Like, I enjoy Tanzania and Kenya and Rwanda, but I felt like I was on vacation. Even though I could have easily lived in Rwanda or Nairobi.
Gotcha.
But there's something bigger or higher calling me to Ghana, and I know this is where I'm supposed to be.
So can you give us some, you said, you talked about the vibrancy, but give us more specifics. Be more specific.
Just the energy of the people. The people are like really outgoing for the most part. They're very outgoing, they're very friendly. When they say welcome, when they say akwaba, they really mean it. When they sit down with their light soup and whatever goes with light soup, is it banku or fufu, whatever goes with light soup, whatever it is, and they say welcome, you are welcome, they really truly mean that. Like, it's just, look at the music. There's music, like there's a rhythm and a beat to this city that just, I don't know, it's like, it doesn't feel like New York, but it gives me that feeling like I'm in New York or the Caribbean or one of my favorite cities or whatever. It's just a vibrancy here that I haven't felt anywhere else.
Wow. So how has your search been for housing? We're going to get a little deep. Tell us about your search for housing, because I know in Tanzania you stay in one place.
Right.
So how has that been for you? Just for the viewers who are looking to come here and seek housing. Housing is a big issue for them. So tell us about that.
Yeah, because, well, for me, I've been kind of lazy. I haven't been really like, some people come and they hit the ground and they're really aggressive. But for me, I'm taking my time because I don't want to get locked into a one-year lease in a place that I don't, and I discover that I don't like it. Or, you know, seemingly they have all of the amenities when you look at the place, and then 3 months into the lease, everything is breaking down, or you don't have water as frequently as you should. Or I don't want those problems.
Okay.
So I'm taking my time.
Okay. No, that makes sense. So everyone who's going to watch the replay, hint, hint, take your time.
That's what I say. And
be intentional.
And that's what a lot of the people who've been here for a while, and I'm not talking about people who have been here for, you know, 8 months, a year or whatever. I mean people who have been here, invested here for, you know, 8 years, a decade, 15 years, whatever, 20. They tell me, take your time. It's okay, take your time. Okay. Don't jump into renting, investing in land, investing in business. Take your time. Okay. So I'm heeding their advice.
Yes. Now tell us, what is your favorite local food? Yes.
My favorite local food is probably banku and tilapia.
With the head on?
You know I like the fish with the head.
Yeah, for those of you out there who are going to watch this, you know I don't eat anything with the head on. No, I don't. No. It does something. Yeah.
Well, it's good. I like it.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Do you prefer a banku over fufu, or do you?
I don't like fufu at all.
Is it because it's too filling?
It is filling, but I don't like the consistency of fufu.
Okay.
I don't like the consistency of it. And banku reminds me of cuckoo. In Barbados, they call it cuckoo. In Jamaica, they call it cornmeal, but it's a little sweeter. But our fungi in some of the other islands, Antigua, U.S. Virgin Islands, it kind of reminds me of that. So that it's, I don't know, I just like it, but it's filling as well.
Okay.
It's very filling.
Wow. So how do you plan to bridge the divide between diasporans and the local Ghanaians here? What is your intention with that, so that they don't see us differently and more so one in unification? How do you plan to do that, if at all?
I'm like, do I plan to do that? No. No, my way is just my approach with anyone, wherever I am. You have to take your time with that too and cultivate real friendships. And I think it's important for us not to come here feeling like we need to teach them something. Because most of the Ghanaians that I've met since I've been here have much more education than I do. So what are we teaching them? Like, we have to get that out of our mind, that we're coming here to teach them and actually befriend people and cultivate real friendships, and that takes time. So I think that's the only way we're gonna be able to bridge the gap, is just to go slow. Don't feel like we're teaching them anything, because we each have a lot to learn from one another.
Of course.
So we can't come in with this arrogance like, oh, I'm coming to help my people.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that's where a lot of us, that's the missteps we make.
Okay.
And we feel like, oh, they're unfriendly because sometimes we, and I'm generalizing, so I'm gonna say we.
Okay.
We treat them like children, like, you know what I mean? Like they don't know anything, and that's not the right approach.
Okay. Well, you know, we have a phrase back at home called hustling backwards.
Sure.
So give us 2 instances where Ghanaians are hustling backwards. And this is a teachable moment for those of you who are watching.
Listen.
2 instances, please.
The drivers drive me bonkers. It is very hot here. And when they pick you up and you ask for AC, even when you've ordered comfort, and they tell, oh, madam, I'm sorry, there's no gas for the AC. So they can't turn the AC on. So when you reach your destination, you're hot and sweaty. Now, I feel like if you're a driver, you should set any job that you do, you want to be the best at what you do, whatever, irrespective of what it is. So when you're a driver, anytime someone gets in your car, that's the potential for you to have a private client possibly. You never know. Or someone to drive you for the week that they're here or the month that they're here. You never know. So I feel like they're hustling backwards in the sense that they always tell you no.
Okay.
They always tell you no instead of saying, you know what? And maybe that's American arrogance, excuse me, on my part.
Okay.
But I feel like they should be prepared for someone to ask for AC. And if someone asks for AC, you should be able to turn the AC on and give it to them. But
okay, so that's one. Give us the second one.
There's so much, and I don't want to be offensive.
No, you're not.
No,
we're just, it's a teachable moment.
No, but I have to be careful. I have to choose my words carefully.
Okay.
So, I feel like in some instances, leaving here and going west is hustling backwards. In some cases, because I meet people here who are like young people, older people, they're entrepreneurs, but they feel like instead of building their brand here, they feel like they cannot do it, and they've been duped into believing that they need to leave this country, pardon me, this continent, and go west. To make more money to build here.
I agree.
Nobody teaches them about the traps that they can potentially, not to say that people don't leave here and do very well in the West, because we know that is true in some cases, but nobody talks about how hard it is for the majority of people when they leave here and they go west before they make it.
Well, this is an optical illusion and propaganda.
Absolutely.
You know, because a lot of continental Africans that go to the West, especially the U.S., when they call back to their families and say how many black persons have been killed by the police, etc., the crime and stuff, that their families are in shock because they weren't given that particular story. You see, they were given this the eyes of milk and honey, you know.
But you know, too, I've met a lot of people from only 4 countries. I got a lot more to go, but the 4 countries that I've been in, I've met a lot of people who say, well, New York is mostly black. No, it isn't.
No, it's not.
Or Atlanta, those cities. So they think that they equate violent crime or police brutality with black people or being in bad neighborhoods, and that's not the case.
Wow.
And I explained to them,
I never thought about that.
They do. So they think that if they go and they live around people who don't look like them, that police brutality and gun violence can't affect them. But so I tell them, like, we grow up in a gun culture. It doesn't matter if you're in a gate-guarded community in South Lake, Texas, or where you are, or the Upper East Side in Manhattan, or wherever.
Yes, exactly.
Buckhead in Atlanta. Well, I don't know if Buckhead is what it used to be. Anyway, it doesn't matter where you are. You can be in a rich neighborhood, an upper middle class neighborhood, and gate-guarded, and people still have guns, and gun violence still affects those people as well.
They do. Okay. So tell us about the spot where we are located for this particular interview. Tell us about this place.
I don't know about this place. It's the Sandbox. It's on the beach. They have fabulous cocktails and seemingly very good food.
Okay, well, thank you for giving us a little bit of insight, and we hope to have you on again, Sissy.